Okay, so this video is about your topic and concluding sentence of your body paragraphs. We're only going to focus on paragraph one of your body, your first body paragraph, okay? So your topic sentence is going to tell what that paragraph is about. It's going to focus your readers. It's going to include evidence that will be discussed, and it is going to remind me of your claim. Remember, your claim is your thesis statement. Your thesis statement. And everything is going to connect back to your thesis statement, okay? And I want you all to use something that we call word glue. Word glue. Please write down what we put in purple. This will help you. This will help you in all of your writings, essays, will help you in um, answering all types of questions, verbally and written. So word glue is when you use key words from your thesis statement again in your topic sentence. And the purpose of doing that is to remind your reader of your argument and your evidence. So, if someone were to write, if your thesis statement is um, one's low self-esteem leads to misunderstanding, um, when people offer help, you are going to use keywords in that topic sentence. You may use words like misunderstanding or low self-esteem in that topic sentence, okay? So here's how you use word glue. On this side, we have an actual thesis statement, okay? And this is a topic sentence of the body paragraph, first paragraph, the body. What do we see? We see in the novel, Frankenstein, Mary Shelley exposes a man in humanity and reveals the tragic results of this cruelty as a warning to mankind. She evidenced this in the novel by the repeated rejection the monster faces at the hands of his creator and society. So we see some of the same words over here. Lack of acceptance, creator, which we see. We see tragic consequences, and we see inhumanity. We see these words over here, okay? That is what we mean. You're going to take your thesis statement, you're going to turn it into a topic sentence. You're going to use word glue. Word glue is when we take keywords from our thesis statement, use them to create a topic sentence. All right, so your turn. This is for your homework. Your turn. I want you to pause the video and then come back. All right, so these are things to think about as you are uh, doing the work, as you're doing your topic sentence, okay? Does your topic contain a quote? If it does, take that quote out. Can you circle the claim that leads to in your thesis statement? And does that same concept or idea, is it included in your topic sentence? Circle it in your topic sentence. These are things that I want you to do, and you can come back to this to help you all make sure that you are writing a strong and a superb topic sentence. Draw boxes around the first piece of evidence in your thesis statement. When we're talking about evidence in your thesis statement, we are talking about what literary device or element did the author use to help you generate your thesis statement. What elements of literature did you see? What literary devices did you see that caused you to write your claim? Understand, if you don't, ask a question when you come to class. We're going to talk about it. So your concluding sentences, simple. It's similar to your topic sentence. It rephrases or rewords your topic sentence. It's going to mention the evidence once again, plus your claim from your thesis statement. So, like the topic sentence, the concluding sentence should be broad. Broad means something that's not narrow, okay? Something that's general, and it should not contain any specific evidence or direct quotes, just like your topic sentence. No direct quotes, no evidence. Got it? No specific evidence from the text. That's what I mean. Specific evidence from the text. Okay, let's talk about structure and organization. If you need to pause and go back, go ahead, do that. Go back into the video, get your notes. And as you're taking your notes, if you have any questions, write it down on a sticky note or beside that um, note that you have taken, and I will answer it in class. Structure and organization. So you need to skip a line after your topic sentence and concluding sentence note, and then write structure and organization. All right, so there are 4 ways that we can uh, select textual evidence. We can brainstorm about character evidence. We got character evidence. We got plot evidence. And we're talking about plot. Plot has to do with setting. It has to do with the rising actions. It has to do with the climax. It has to do with events, okay? So plots, events that are happening in the story. Got it? Conflict, we know conflict are the issues that happen. It's the struggle. It's the struggle that the character has with itself, the struggle that the character have with um, outside sources, external forces. Internal is conflict within self. External is conflicts outside of self. And then we're going to talk about literary techniques as evidence. So step 1. On this chart, you will see we talked about the different types of textual evidence. We talked about character. If you are going to, if you chose to use the character, you're going to analyze a character. So what I want you to do, you could choose 2 characters. Or if you found a character that stands out, in this case, it could be Dee or Maggie or Miss Johnson. What I want you to do is write down that character's name, and you're going to tell me how they support your theme, okay? Then you're going to come over here and you're going to analyze. What are the character traits that you see that support your claim and your thesis statement? Is the character dishonest or brave, heroic? If you're not sure about character traits, I have already uploaded a resource for you in Google Classroom. It's called Banishing Boring Words. Go in and you can look, you can skim through, and you will see when they're talking about character traits. Then you're going to have to find a quote that supports the character traits that you have recognized, okay, from this character. So if you're saying that Maggie, her trait is she has low self-esteem, I need for you to give me quotes that show that Maggie has low self-esteem. You're going to write down that quote, and behind that quote in parentheses, you're going to put that paragraph number. All right. Plot events. Remember, we're talking about events that happen in the text. Okay. Connections. How do these events affect characters? How does these, or how do these events affect um, the setting, the character, the conflict? If the event changed, would it change the character? Would it change the setting? And how so? These are things that you got to think about. So, and those things will help you with your explanation. So, again, plot events, things that are happening within the text. How does this event connect with your theme? And then you're going to look for evidence to support what you said. You're going to do the same thing right here when we're talking about conflicts, man versus man, or whatever. So man versus blank. You're going to look for the connections. How does this conflict support your thesis? And we need evidence. It's the same thing. Literary techniques. We're talking about literary devices. How does the author use his words? How does these things help you? Or what literary technique do you see being used? Do you see imagery? Do you see metaphors? Do you see personification? And how does that technique help you explain your claim? How does it connect? All right? All right. So, yeah. All right. So, step 2, you're going to select textual evidence here, okay? Again, you've already generated. So the most important thing about your textual evidence is it must show what you want it to show. Here are questions that I want you to ask, so you can pause and go over this. Does the evidence show you or show you what you want it to show you? Does it show what you want it to show? Does it prove what you want it to prove? Is it supporting your topic sentence of your paragraph? You need to look at all of the meanings, possible meanings of the word. We know words are polysemous. They have multiple meanings. And ask, what is the context of this quote, okay? Step 3 is a check for understanding. We are good with this. Say, mean, matter. You have your evidence. What does it mean? What's the interpretation? What assumptions can you make? What background information can you pull for this? And why is this important? How does it support your claim? Why is it important to your claim? How does it connect to your own life? How does it connect to the world? Okay? All right, textual evidence revision. These are a few things that we will be doing in class, and you could try it at home and then come back to class and talk to me about it. When you're looking at your textual evidence, you need to make sure that it connects with your topic sentence. Okay? Does it show me? I want you to show me. Does it show examples of your words and actions? In other words, is it showing me what you're trying to tell me? All right? And reflect back upon your quotes. That's what I need for you to do. And answer these questions. If it doesn't, then I need for you to go back and find stronger quotes. Let's talk about organizing your textual evidence. There are two possible ways: chronological order and power. Okay, so your evidence, when you're writing in your paragraph, it needs to be sequenced. It needs to be in a certain structure, and it needs to be smooth and make sense for the reader. Okay, chronological. We know what chronological is. It's the order. It's first, second, third, fourth. So if you are using chronological structure, you choose, and if you chose evidence that was on paragraph 1, 9, 12, do not start with 12 first if you're doing chronological order. Start with 1, then go to 9, then go to 12, okay? Power. Power is like a sandwich, okay? It's the strongest piece of evidence. So if paragraph 9, the evidence in paragraph 9 is the strongest, then you're going to use it. If paragraph 1 is the strongest, you're going to use that. And you're going to just work it this way: strong piece of evidence, weak piece of evidence, strong piece of evidence. All right? This is your pre-work for tomorrow's class. I need you to make sure you create your two-part thesis. Write your introductory paragraph, and you've done the other two. Got any questions? Write it down. Feel free to text me through Remind. I will look at it and answer it. All right, you guys, have a good night.